Traveling is a means to success. Do subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos, stay connected. Top Kuwaiti food and dishes to try when you are in Kuwait. Kuwait is a melting pot of people from across the globe and boasts remarkable architecture and historical landmarks, such as the Kuwait Towers and Souk al-Mubrikiyah Market. Seated on the northeastern boundary of the Arabian Peninsula, it cradles the largest oil reserves in the world. Kuwaiti dishes are a reflection of the country's traditions. In this culinary adventure, we'll explore the top 20 Kuwaiti dishes. Harees. In Kuwaiti homes, it is customary to have many guests over for dinner, which is why food is generally served on large trays with ample proportions to feast on. Harees embellish tables for guests to enjoy, particularly during Ramadan, whether for suhoor, pre-dawn meals, or iftar, breaking of the fast in the evening. It is a thick porridge-like serving of mashed wheat and meat, typically chicken or mutton, garnished with cinnamon sugar and at times cumin and cardamom. The wheat is soaked overnight, boiled on the stove, and then ground up into a soup-like texture. Harees is the go-to comfort food to beat the cold during Kuwait's winters. Jireesh. Often regarded as a close cousin of Harees, this similar recipe uses a different variety of wheat and is cooked in a whole new potpourri of spices. Jireesh made it to Kuwait's Hall of Culinary Fame as it is a must-dine-on delicacy during Ramadan. Classic comfort food in the Arabian Gulf, is commonly cooked by first mashing wheat or lentils along with mutton or chicken. It is then topped with a variety of flavors such as bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, and raisins together with dried lemon, onions, and tomatoes. Machboos Laham. Touted as Kuwait's national dish, this flavorful traditional specialty features an orchestra of spices, such as cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric, cloves, pepper, and ginger, as well as mutton or chicken, all submerged in a bed of slow-cooked long-grain basmati rice. An aromatic rice-based delicacy that combines a savory mix of saffron and rose water-infused rice and layers of meat. It is often garnished with fried onions, raisins, and split chickpeas. This beloved dish is best served with the famed tomato-based gravy cooked with garlic and cilantro called dakus or dakuos. It is thought that perfectly cooked rice, nathri, as locals call it, makes up a good machboos. Mutabbaq Samak, Zubaidi. Kuwait boasts a seafaring past, owing to its rich history of boat building, pearl diving, and fishing trade. In fact, some of its famed traditional foods are seafood or fish-based dishes served with spices and rice. One of the sought-after fish-rice meal combinations is a Kuwaiti specialty featuring its national fish, Zubaidi, which means butter, a silver pomfret that is abundant in this pint-sized country. The flaky and buttery texture of Zubaidi is coated in seasonings and flour and then fried till golden brown. The rice is boiled in fish stock and then seasoned with turmeric, onions, garlic, sumac, and parsley. A serving is garnished with herbs, nuts, and raisins and paired with mango pickles and a side of onions. It tastes heavenly with a bowl of tomato gravy or dakuos. Qirs Akili. Qirs Ogaily is a Kuwaiti cake traditionally eaten for breakfast on Eid Day with a glass of warm milk, but of course you can eat it any time of the year. What I love about this cake is it is the plain style cake made across the Middle East and enjoyed with a cup of tea or coffee. There is something comforting about these uncomplicated cakes that just takes us back to our grandparents' houses. Quozi. A traditional dish commonly cooked for memorable occasions and ceremonies such as weddings. Quozi, also called Gozi or Guzi, is another rice-based cuisine that is a must-try for anyone in search of authentic Kuwaiti cuisine. This popular dish consists of a whole lamb stuffed with vegetables and nuts, then dressed with a variety of fresh herbs and aromatic spices. Maglooba. A popular dish served for family occasions and banquets, particularly in Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia. Maglooba or Maglooba is a traditional rice cake well known for its delectable mixture of rice, meat, and vegetables, all turned upside down. In Kuwait, this mouth-watering rice-based delicacy is prepared with meat and fried vegetables slowly cooked in a flat, round pot of rice. Once all is ready to serve, the dish is flipped over, of course, as Maglooba or Maglooba means upside down in Arabic. Margoog. Kuwait is a land sandwiched between the sea and the desert. Sitting amidst the best of both worlds, it enjoys seafood dishes as much as meat-based ones thanks to its long-standing pastoral and nomadic historical backdrop. For instance, one sought-after traditional dish, Margoog, is a hearty stew cooked with lamb and vegetables. It is prepared with whole rolled-out wheat pasta dough and is usually cooked with eggplant and squash or poured over flatbread. Many Kuwaitis recommend cooking this dish with locally raised lamb, as this has a distinctly delicious aroma and flavor compared to imported meat. Gabout. Food plays a significant role in the fabric of Kuwaiti hospitality. This is evident in the large preparations offered to guests to indulge. A great number of delicacies are filled with spices, and rightfully so, as a goldmine of spice shops thrives around the country. A variant of meat-based cuisine famous in the country is the delectable stuffed dumpling submerged in meat stew and loaded with a wealth of spices. These delicious dumplings are stuffed with onions and raisins plus chunks of meat. It is also occasionally cooked with chicken. Meals in Kuwaiti homes are always served with a bowl of dates and other sweets. Mandi Laham. Speaking of meat, Mandi Laham is another authentic Kuwaiti dish that is a must-have to complete your local dining experience. This dish is traditionally prepared with lamb or chicken in a tandoor or clay oven. The pot must be covered as the steam should not escape in order to keep the meat tender and juicy. Normally served with basmati rice with spices, or biryani, it is best enjoyed with a side of salad, yogurt, or tacos. Basmati rice, unlike jasmine rice, involves a different way of cooking. The rice is first soaked in warm water and then boiled either in a pot full of water seasoned with salt or in a meat broth. Once the water comes to a boil and the rice softens, it is then drained and slowly cooked on low heat. Tashreeb. This famous delicacy is prepared during fall and winter in Kuwait. It is named as such because it literally means to soak, and tashreeb is bread soaked in meat broth. It is said to have originated from the time when people in rural areas in Iraq used to immerse food in the stew. It is prepared with chunks of meat, chickpeas, and various spices. The diner places pieces of bread, or cubs, on a plate and pours the stew over. It is delicious once the stew has soaked through the bread. Mumawash Rubyan or Rubyan. And another rice-based seafood dish, Rubyan, is loaded with locally sourced shrimp. It features a flavorful entree of sautéed dried black lime, or lumi, onions, coriander, and turmeric. Rubyan is a rich seafood dish consisting of either fresh or dried shrimp smashed and cooked with mung beans or lentils, and tomatoes, and seasoned with various spices such as cloves, bay leaves, and cardamom pods. Generally, this delicious dish is paired with rice and tacos, making it an authentic Kuwaiti delicacy. It is garnished with fresh herbs, giving it an aromatic fragrance. The process of drying fish and shrimp in Kuwait is an old tradition rooted in the earliest settlers, when what was caught in the season was preserved to last the whole year. Shawarma. In Kuwait, a bowl of hummus and a pizza converge in a single dish. Although shawarma now has international stardom, it is an original Arabic fast food. Local food outlets serve this delicacy with two types of meat, chicken or lamb. The thinly sliced meat is wrapped in a large piece of flat bread with turkey, or pickled cucumber, carrot, or turnip, and salad. The meat is grilled vertically on separate rotating skewers. Diners can dive in a plate of shawarma or a wrap coupled with fries, tabbouleh, tomatoes, and onions, plus mayonnaise and ketchup. Kebabs. Wherever you dine in Kuwait, kebabs are readily on order. They are basically fresh chicken or mutton seasoned with flavorful spices and grilled. Whether one pairs them with kabs or potato fries, it is packed with succulent flavors. Normally, kebabs are prepared with roasted tomatoes, capsicum, and parsley, and, just like shawarma, the meat chunks can be served in a wrap or dipped in hummus. They can be enjoyed with tahini sauce, as well, which is made with pureed sesame seeds and garlic. Fataya. Whether served as a meal or as a snack, fataya is an easy-to-bake buy. It is simply Arabic bread, also called fataya falahi, or villager's pie, stuffed with a variety of fillings and sprinkled with sesame seeds. Similar to a pastry pie shaped into triangles or ovals, fataya is served with 4 different fillings, namely fataya lami, fataya jibna, fataya laban, and fataya za'atar. Fataya lami is a thick crust topped with minced meat, whereas fataya jibna is wrapped and filled with cheese. Fataya laban has a cream filling, while fataya za'atar is spread with heaps of wild thyme, sesame seeds, various herbs, and olive oil. Fataya za'atar has a thick crust like pizza and is sometimes garnished with fresh olives. It was originally a staple diet when wild thymes were abundant during the spring. The pie is sometimes filled with spinach or feta cheese. Hummus with kabs, Arabic flatbread. Almost every Kuwaiti table will have Arabic bread or pita made with wheat flour, called kabs or kubuz, dipped in beef stew, cream spread, or any kind of gravy or sauce. It is basically a staple in the local diet. This scrumptious bread is often paired with hummus, which is a traditional dip in the Middle East. Hummus, often served as a starter or a burger spread, is made from mashed chickpeas. It is a blend of olive oil and a variety of spices, garnished with coriander and caramelized onions. With a side of potato fries or wedges, chopped tomatoes, cucumber, and parsley toppings, it is a favorite dip best paired with the well-loved Iranian kabs. Falafel. Kuwait is an intersection of diverse cultures from across the globe. Local and expatriate communities live side by side, even when heading out to grab a plate of falafel or lounging with a shisha, or hookah, break. This scenery is painted in the daily bustle of some of Kuwait's major trading hubs, namely Malia, Murkab, Shuaik, and Hawali. Falafel is an all-star dish that is nothing more than a savory mix of mashed chickpeas and spices. It is literally sold in almost every matam, local eatery, and restaurant in the country. This chickpea dish is so versatile that it will stand as a tasty snack all by itself or wrapped in pita bread with tahini sauce and some salad. Warak Enab. Warak Enab is a delicious dish consisting of fermented grape leaves stuffed with short grain rice, tomatoes, onions, parsley, and fresh mint. It is prepared by simmering the rolled pieces in a pool of olive oil and lemon juice. They are served steaming hot. The stuffed grape leaves can sometimes be cooked alongside meat and lemon broth and then rolled into a perfect wrap. This beloved cuisine can be prepared as a vegetarian meal, as well, and served cold. Kushari. If you are looking for a fusion of Arabic and Egyptian cuisine, then go for kushari or koshari, which is a household name in Kuwait. It is said that this dish originated with Egyptian soldiers who attempted to improve their meals by combining 2 types of dishes. This rice-based dish is cooked with lentils and macaroni pasta. It is like savoring 2 worlds in one. This classic meal is steamed and topped with hot sauce and vinegar, with an optional garnish of chickpeas and fried onions. Daks. A staple of the Kuwaiti diet, daks or dakos is like the jack of all trades of food because it can literally be paired up with almost any traditional dish. It is cooked with garlic, tomatoes, and spices, with the meat cooked separately. There are 3 different sauces: spicy tomato, tangy spar, and eggplant daks. This delicacy can be enjoyed throughout the year, regardless of Kuwait's extreme seasons. Check before eat foodies. To subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos stay connected.